Definition: jealousy is best conceptualized as a multidimensional phenomenon that is, besides being an emotional response, jealousy also involves thoughts and coping behaviors. Jealousy is known as an emotional response to the real or imagined threat of losing something or someone valuable. Jealousy can also be defined as a response to a threat or actual loss of a relationship as a result of an actual or imagined rivalry for one's partner's attention. Jealousy can be strengthened by the loss of the self-esteem that may accompany the loss of a partner. Additional information. Romantic jealousy is known to be a combination of thoughts, emotions, and behaviors that often result from a threat to one's romantic relationship. Cognitive jealousy focuses on the thoughts and worries that are taking place inside of the brain. Emotional jealousy reflects on the emotions a person feels when they are experiencing a situation involving jealousy. Behavioral jealousy involves the actions that are taking place when someone is dealing with a situation involving jealousy. Overview. Jealousy is a complex emotion that is known to have mainly negative factors. The feeling of jealousy is a natural and mostly expected result of a situation where a close relationship is threatened by a partner's potential involvement with someone outside of the relationship. Jealousy is a common known issue amongst all people around the world. Jealousy occurs amongst friends, family, coworkers, and much more. Jealousy can stem from all different issues such as relationships, clothes, money, health, success, love, and more.
Jealousy as bad. Jealousy is often looked at as an unhealthy emotion with negative effects and terms. Jealousy has been linked to low self-esteem, low self-confidence, trust issues, little empathy for others, loneliness, constant need for approval, depression, and hostility. In a relationship, one becomes jealous when they feel uncertain about their partner's love. This is often followed with obsessive ideas and feelings. Jealousy as bad continued. Jealousy occurs more in relationships with low commitment and sexual non-exclusivity. Jealousy also causes bad behavior, which is associated with violence and aggression. Jealousy can also get so extreme it can cause people to commit homicide, called crimes of passion. Jealousy as good. There are some positive effects of jealousy for individuals and their relationships. Jealousy alerts one to relationship threats and motivates behaviors that protect the relationship. Jealousy is also associated with greater love for the relationship because partners feel a sense of being more in love. Partners also feel greater relationship stability.
There are three different types of jealousy. The first one is reactive jealousy. Reactive jealousy is the degree of upset that individuals experience when their mate is actually being emotionally or sexually unfaithful. So basically, it's how the person reacts to the partner being unfaithful. And so, an example would be someone seeing their partner flirting or having sex with someone else, and their reaction to that, is how upset or how mad they would get to that action, is called reactive jealousy. So for this PowerPoint slide, go to video clips 3 and 4 and view the examples given of reactive jealousy. The next type of jealousy is preventative jealousy, which could also be known as possessive jealousy. So this type of jealousy is when an individual is preventing their partner to be friends or to have any type of contact with somebody else who is usually of the opposite sex. This may lead to violence or stalking of the individual, so it kind of causes their partner to become obsessive over them, and they want to know where they are all the time. They want to know why they're talking to this person, and if the partner doesn't do what the other says and not talk to an individual, they might get angry or upset and take it out on their partner. So the example we used here was from Friends. It was a clip from the show Friends, and it's when Ross and his fiance are having issues because she doesn't want him to be friends with a friend that he's had for a long time, which is Rachel. So to view this clip, or to view the examples, go to video clips 5 and 6. So the last type of jealousy is anxious jealousy, and this is really the most common type of jealousy that you see in our world today, because it's the individual thinks deeply about their partner's possible infidelity and experiences feelings of anxiety, suspicion, worry, distrust, and being upset. So due to the fact that we have so many social media sites and things that we can kind of find and see what our partners are doing at all times, this allows us to get more anxious and suspicious, because if we're sitting there on Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter and you see that they're with people, you want to know who those people are, what he's doing with those people, why he's there, or why he or she is there. And that can cause you to worry more and to become upset when you see that they're doing stuff that they didn't inform you about, or that they're doing things that you didn't think they were doing before. So to view the example of this, view video clip number 7. So the next slide is about jealousy and relationship closeness. Relationship closeness is not about how close two partners are to one another. It's more about it's equivalent to the degree in which each individual relies on one another in a relationship. So it's how much each partner relies on each other in their specific relationship. Now, people want to know, how do you know how dependent someone is? The extent to which one person's behavior is likely to cause changes in the other person's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors will tell the degree in which one person is dependent on the other. So that basically means if somebody is having an issue, so let's say one person's partner is having an issue, the other person will most likely be affected by that issue if their relationship closeness is more close than far apart. And it shows that that person is more dependent on the other. So let's say, for an example, if one partner gets angry because something happens, then if the other partner chooses to not get angry, then they're a lot less dependent on their other partner. If they choose to get angry as well, then they're more dependent on their partner. The level of change shows the amount of interdependence in the relationship. So I just basically explained that. Characterizations of the relationship. So strength, frequency, diversity, and duration of influence are the characterizations to show how close a relationship is. So first is strength, how powerfully one partner influences the other's feelings and thoughts, whether it be directly or indirectly. So let's say the strength is high. So let's say one partner is really influenced by how another one thinks of a situation, then that means that they're a lot closer than someone who wouldn't do that. And it's kind of straightforward, and it's kind of the same as the definition of relationship closeness. But yes. So the next three things are kind of self-explanatory, but I'll explain them anyway. So frequency and duration kind of actually coincide with one another. Frequency is the more time the partners spend together, the more influence they have on one another, and duration is the longer two people are interdependent, the closer they will be. So basically, the longer or the more time people spend together, the more dependent they will become on each other, which causes them to get close. So let's say you're with someone for a year compared to 2 months. The person would usually be more influenced by the one they've been with for a year than the one they've been with for 2 months, because they've spent so much time together. Because when you're usually in a relationship, you spend most of your time with that person, and a lot of people actually start to become like their partners. So it kind of strengthens the closeness. Diversity is the amount of different things in life that one partner influences the decisions of the other. So basically that's saying how one partner can influence a lot of things in that couple's life. So if a partner's influencing, let's say for example, where they go on dates or what they're doing, like that partner influences a lot of the decisions made in their relationship. So that's another example of how they can become closer. So this slide talks about the interdependence model of relationship closeness, and that kind of shows that you're more likely to become jealous when a highly valued or close relationship is questioned. So someone's not going to get jealous from seeing someone else talking to their friend that they've known for about a week compared to someone talking to their significant other that they've been dating for a year. Why is that? Because we tend to have the people we're closer with take more of an influence on our jealousy and how we feel toward those people. Behavioral interactions between relationship partners differ from expected patterns. So disruption creates basic automatic nervous system arousal. So that's kind of how jealousy happens to people. It's all in their nervous system, and that's how they begin to feel jealous. So once their jealousy kicks in, they start to get nervous and anxious, and they don't know what to do.
Questions concerning jealousy. Would distrust in one's partner be associated with higher levels of both cognitive and behavioral jealousy? Would distrust be associated with higher levels of physical and psychological partner perpetration? What are the relations between the dark triad and the 3 forms of jealousy? Will greater relationship closeness be positively associated with emotional reactive jealousy? Findings. Jealousy has many different angles to it. There is good jealousy and bad jealousy involving many different situations. Some articles that we looked at expressed a lot of different situations involving jealousy and how they affect different people. Article number 1, Jealousy and Relationship Closeness. This article expresses greatly how the closeness of your relationship impacts the levels of jealousy you feel. The closer you are, the more jealous you will become. The article goes on to explain that the extent to which one person's behavior is likely to produce changes in the other person's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors marks the degree to which the person is dependent on the other. Each person in the relationship has an impact on the other, which goes hand in hand with the fact of being jealous. Some people say that jealousy is a bad thing, and it is a destructive emotion in intimate relationships.
Findings continued. The dark triad and 3 types of jealousy. This article discusses the dark triad and how they affect relationships. In the introduction of the article, they state, in addition to being related to mating preferences, the DT traits have also been found to be related to the way individuals respond to potential relationship threats once they are involved in an intimate relationship. More of the article touches on jealousy with the dark triad because they explain that it is reported that women may have more of a tendency to show psychopathy by participating in revenge. For instance, they may spread rumors or shout. It is not yet examined how jealousy relates to the other 2 DT traits, but it is believed that they all go hand in hand with the experience of jealousy. When one partner thinks they will lose the other due to a rival's attention, it reflects narcissism, while individuals high in Machiavellianism may experience more jealousy because they themselves tend to be more deceitful. Findings continued. The price of distrust. In this article, it stresses the importance of trust in a relationship. It looks at the attachment styles and explains how they provide a theoretical framework for understanding how individuals respond to partner behaviors that either confirm or violate trust. It was expected that when receiving lower levels of trust, anxiously attached people would have higher levels of cognitive and behavioral jealousy. When relationships lack trust, there is higher cause for jealousy because each partner will feel suspicious and have negative attributes towards the relationship.
So this slide is kind of just a recap of 3 types of jealousy and a different way of explaining it to make sure you guys understand. Reactive is how upset a person gets when their partner is flirting or cheating on them. So your boyfriend is going out with a group of girls that you don't know, and that can cause you guys to get into a fight because you are so upset that he's going out with a whole bunch of girls when your thought process is, why is he going out with girls when I'm his girlfriend? The next one again is anxious jealousy, when a partner is always worried about what the other is doing and has suspicion, worry, and anxiety. So another example is your boyfriend/girlfriend has not been answering your phone for hours, and you start to overthink and wonder where they could be. And again, social media really influences how a person feels when it comes to this type of jealousy.
Findings continued. Prenative, not allowing your partner to have a friend of the opposite sex. For example, your partner has had a best friend of the opposite sex for many years, and now because you guys are together, you get mad about it.
Explanations and theories for jealousy continued. Article 2. By being close to your partner, it can create the potential for jealousy. Closeness is defined as the extent that someone's behavior will change the other person's thoughts. includes the strength, frequency, diversity, and the duration of influence that is in the relationship.